Welcome to Keepin' It Real, your go-to radio show for fresh insights and vibrant introductions. Get ready to dive into a world where we offer you the latest in real estate wisdom and the juiciest community tidbits. From expert advice courtesy of top realtors to opportunities to give back through local charities, we've got you covered. Plus, we'll shine a spotlight on the young athletes driving our local sports scene and uncover the buzzworthy happenings both in town and beyond. Stay tuned for a jam-packed hour of enlightenment and entertainment right here on Keepin' It Real.
Good morning. Welcome, Cochise County, to the Keepin' It Real radio show brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team right here at Long Realty Studios in sunny Sierra Vista. Now, I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving this year, filled with love, laughter, and plenty of good food.
Absolutely. We hope your holiday was spent surrounded by the people that you love and who matter most to you. And if you couldn't be with family or friends, please know that you're in our hearts. You're part of this big community here in Cochise County. We want you to know that you really matter.
That's right. You know, you do matter, and the holidays can stir up a lot of emotions, but they're also a great reminder for all of us to slow down, look around, and take stock of what we're grateful for, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And we're so grateful for all of you, our listeners, our guests, all those people we've been able to sponsor this year, and this incredible community that tunes in every week. Your support and engagement continue to make this show possible.
You know, we say it often, but it's true. It really is. This show was built to highlight local voices and connect people across our county, whether it's a business spotlight, a charity organization, an event coordinator, or maybe just an interesting person in our community. We love giving our listeners a chance to learn something new about the place we live in and call home. You know, every time somebody reaches out to us to tell us that they enjoyed an episode or they discovered a new local business or a nonprofit through the show, you know, it reminds us of why we do this and why we're so grateful for this place.
Absolutely. And speaking of gratitude, we've got to talk about Pie Day.
Right. Pie Day. So what a turnout this year. You know, we've handed out, I guess, hundreds of Costco pies to our past clients, over the years, right before the holiday. And honestly, I know it's one of your favorites.
It is my favorite.
I know you love this, Sherry.
Everybody loves pie.
Right?
Yeah, it really is. And it's so heartwarming to see the families that we've helped over the years come back in. The kids are bigger, taller, new stories to share. Of course, we got to catch up on the updates on their homes and what's going on in their lives. We really treasure the time we get to spend with our clients, and such a sweet moment to reconnect.
You know, sometimes you don't realize how fast time flies until you see those little ones, like you said, who were just toddlers when we helped their parents buy their home. And now look, they're all growing up. They're like all big.
Now they're walking. Yeah,
it's amazing.
So moments like that is the best reminder of what real estate's all about. It's not about the homes. It's about the people, right? It's about the memories, the milestones, and all the relationships that we've built along the way with our community. Yeah,
that's really true. You know, exactly. We're so thankful to each and every one of our clients, past and present, for trusting us with really an important part of their lives. Helping people find or sell a home is so meaningful, but staying connected and seeing those stories kind of continue, well, that's really what reminds us of how grateful we are to be part of it.
Absolutely. From all of us at the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, thank you for letting us be part of your journey and for being part of ours. We're wishing you all a warm and joyful start to the holiday season ahead. Stick around because we've got a great show with a terrific local business owner lined up because, as always...
That's right, Sherry. We're keeping it real. We'll be right back in a jiffy with a special guest this weekend from the Executive Barber Club right here in Sierra Vista. It's going to be a really cool show. Stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
What's in a name? Everything. Long Realty has been a cornerstone of Southern Arizona's real estate market for nearly 100 years. Our name is our bond, and our agents are our strength. Trust in the name that stands for experience and expertise. Visit longrealty.com or call 520-459-4993 to connect with an agent today. Long Realty. Smart move.
All right, good morning. This is Keepin' It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios, right behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. And I am joined today by Evan Escue. He is a short film, I guess, director. We were talking about this before the show, right?
Yeah,
Evan?
yeah.
Welcome
filmmaker.
to the show.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
So Evan has been on the show. If you saw the show, gosh, a year ago or so, it's been a bit since he was on. And it was when he was just kind of first starting and exploring a little bit. Now he's kind of full-blown into this. We're going to have a great conversation about all the things that you do and have been involved with since you were on the show last. But I kind of want to give our listeners a little bit about you, kind of get to know you again, because one, you're a little bit older. You're a young guy, right? And now you're graduated from high school onto college. So tell us just a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I moved to Arizona about, I'd say, 4 years ago now, from New York, Long Island. And
that's right.
Yeah.
I forget about that. Not to
Yeah.
interrupt you, but that was quite a change, I'm sure, coming from New York to here. And I think we talked about that, right?
Yeah.
What was the biggest differences that you saw?
I think probably the mountains.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I think for most of my family, they kind of like had to adjust.
Yeah.
But for me, I don't know.
You just transitioned well?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I really didn't have a problem with it.
That's good.
At all.
That's
Yeah.
good. Well, keep going. Keep going.
Yeah. Well, I came here when I was about, I think, 13.
Yeah.
And a few months before we moved, I was, getting into film, and I went to the New York Film Academy online, summer classes.
Oh, wow.
And I did a few stuff with that, and then I just started getting into recording, B-roll.
What was the interest? Were you a movie fan? Were you, just...
I think I'm just an art fan.
Fan, okay. So you like the art side of it?
I do, yeah. I've always been into art ever since, I could walk.
Different kinds of arts, or
Yeah.
Give me some examples.
Yeah, I still do it today. I draw and I paint, but film I think is the newest medium that I kind of am exploring.
Right. I know a lot of young folks too. They've got their favorite social media platforms and whatnot. What are yours?
I don't know.
What do you probably use the most? Well, for your short films, I know you use YouTube as one of them.
Yeah.
And you were talking about another one that you were talking about, Patreon?
Yeah, Patreon. Yeah, I literally, I really just started getting into it.
Tell us about that. What's that?
Yeah, so it's basically a platform where creators can, do monthly subscriptions for their, for people who...
Their content and everything?
Yeah. And paid posts and stuff like that. And I just got started into it, and we're going to see how it goes.
And it's called Patreon.
Patreon, yeah. Patreon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you can take a look if you're listening today and want to learn more about him. And he's on YouTube as well under Evan Escue, right?
Yep.
And so let's talk a little bit about kind of what's going on in your life now. So now you're going to college, right? Mm-hmm. And it's actually film school, right? Up in Scottsdale.
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool. We've talked about this too. You even work at a movie theater.
I do.
And so even your job that, everybody's got to have a job to be able to make money, for the things that you want to do and for gas and everything, for the important things. And when you first start, obviously, whether in film or something else, you're maybe not making a lot of money. And so you've got to start somewhere. But it's kind of cool that you've stuck true to, your passion.
Right. Yeah.
And,
yeah.
And you're actually kind of still working in the same industry.
Yeah. Technically, yeah.
Yeah. So now films, movies. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite movie?
I don't really know. I like so many
What kinds of movies then? What do you like? I mean, are you a shoot 'em up kind of guy? Are you a drama kind of person? Or
I think I'm
documentary?
A drama.
Yeah, drama.
I do like documentaries too.
Do you?
But I think I like drama the most. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you like about it? I mean, what's the draw there? Is it just because it's got a little bit of art side to it? Maybe?
Yeah, that kind of like conflict. I think, and most of my short films are kind of dramas, except for a few that kind of get into comedy a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think drama is my favorite genre.
Yeah. Now, film school. Tell me about that. What kinds of things are you learning in that?
Well, I've definitely learned a lot of stuff concerning set life and the production behind films. And I think it's helped me a lot more for when I'm doing my projects on set. A lot of new terms that I may have not known before film school, or just techniques to do to make the process, go a little bit smoother. So yeah, it's helped me a lot when I'm on set.
Yeah. Now, obviously knowing the terms and some of the processes and everything, great. But for us who don't know much about the backside of it, we just watch movies. Mm-hmm. Tell me about what goes into production. I mean, what do you have to do from beginning to end? I mean, what goes into a film? I mean, obviously there's an idea. You're writing these, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
well, yeah, writing it.
Is that the toughest part?
I don't think so. Not for me. I like writing.
Okay.
But writing it, casting it, finding locations, finding costumes. There's a lot of small details that you have to kind of think about when you're putting something like that together.
Yeah.
Especially for a feature film.
Yeah.
Because I do 7-minute shorts.
Yeah.
But especially for a feature film, there's a lot of small details that you have to take into account.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why they cost so much money.
Yes. Yeah. Yep.
That's crazy. So what do you like about film school? What's your favorite part of this so far? I mean, you're just getting into it, but what has really interested you?
I think meeting new people that kind of have the same interests as me.
Yeah.
And of course, learning some new stuff because, I'm learning every day.
Yeah.
But yeah, learning the new, techniques that
and are these filming
use.
Techniques or are they?
Yeah, I mean,
stage techniques or what kinds of things? Like, give me an example of one, maybe, if you can think of one.
I mean, I guess not techniques, but like methods of how you can shoot, like different filming camera angles and movements and.
Yeah, we probably take that for granted a lot. Every once in a while I notice, it depends too on the show, right? So some of these, and I always use the word show, and my kids always correct me, and they're like, it's not a show, it's a movie. Mm-hmm. But, it's funny if you catch yourself and, looking at a movie and maybe it's filmed from a different perspective, mm-hmm. It really kind of catches your eye, you know? Not necessarily like Blair Witch Project or something where it's like, you're like first person kind of almost half the time, which, it's too much for me, but some of them they do show some where they just decide to cut in and cut out. It's interesting because they must have given it a lot of thought,
right?
And we as viewers are sometimes kind of take that for granted,
right?
That's probably how those masterful pieces are made to make it so amazing,
right?
So very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So are you liking it so far? How long is this program that you're in right now?
Well, I'm going to try and get it done in the next year and a half.
Year and a half.
Yeah, I'm going to do this full semester, and I'm going to try to do it during the summer, and then next semester, and I'll be done.
Keep plugging away until you're finished.
I think so.
I want to talk about shorts. Now, you do short films right now, primarily is your focus, right?
Yeah.
And what defines a short film?
A short film, 30 minutes or less.
Oh, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot longer than I expected.
Yeah.
And yours probably on the average, or you were saying 7 minutes?
On the average, probably about 7 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I think it's, easier to maybe binge. You can keep watching them,
Yeah.
Not everyone is 30 minutes.
Right. Let's come back to that because I kind of want to explore that a little bit more, but let's take a quick break. We'll take a quick break, come right back. Folks, this is Keepin' It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios, and we'll be right back.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving service that we agree for military law and retirees. Stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way. Making dreams come true every single day. Trusted team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
It's the Home Spotlight Series brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, where home stories are told until they're sold.
Escape to true off-grid living at 1515 South Hidden Valley Road in Bisbee, Arizona. This incredible 3-bedroom, 2124 square foot log cabin rests on over 30 rolling acres with stunning views from every window. The open great room welcomes you to soaring gable ceilings, rustic log beams, beautiful staircase, and warm wood floors. The country kitchen blends vintage charm and modern convenience, complete with a functioning antique stove, propane range, refrigerator, and rich wood cabinetry. Upstairs, you'll find a spacious loft with 3 cozy bed nooks perfect for guests or family. Relax on the front porch, entertain on the massive patio, and enjoy the peace of a fully independent power and water system. Most furnishings are included, making this home ready to enjoy right away. 1515 South Hidden Valley Road in Bisbee, Arizona, all for just $400,000.
Set up an appointment today. Buy and sell with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. We make success stories for a living. All right, welcome back, everybody, to Keeping It Real, brought to you by Sherry Ethell and her team here at Long Realty. I'm joined by Evan Escue, if you're just joining in, and he is a YouTuber. He makes short films. He's exploring another platform, Patreon, and it's similar to YouTube, a little bit different, so you might check that out. But we were kind of talking about... after we kind of explored you personally, we were talking about the actual short film and how long it is. And you were saying yours average about 7 minutes. Yeah, 7 minutes. And it could be as long as 30. But what goes into that? I mean, because yours, I've watched a few of yours and, well, I've watched them all. And so they seem like they're not really 7 minutes because they've got a lot of deep undertones to them, right? Obviously, you thought about it a lot and you're trying to project. I can tell what you like in terms of the art perspective and everything, because these are heavy topics, some of them, and they're definitely got some twists and everything. Now, are these films all local people who are in them? I think we talked about that the last time that you had some family and stuff in some of these even.
Yeah.
So tell me about that. How did you start out? You started out with your family? Or?
I did. So the first film I did was a Western short film.
What was that called?
You Killed My Paw.
You Killed My Paw.
I did that I
haven't seen that one.
4 years.
Was that on the platform?
That's good. You got to go all the way down for that.
Okay.
Yeah. Scroll all the way down for that.
I might have to look that one up. Okay.
I don't know if you should. But I did. That was my stepdad, my uncle, my 2 uncles, and my stepdad. Yeah. And one uncle played the killer of these brothers' father. Okay. And they wind up killing him and whatever. But,
we don't want to spoil it, but so you got to go to YouTube and check it out. Yeah. But so you had some family in the beginning and everything. Have you used other people now in your roles?
Yeah, I think the Time Pill, the sequel to the Time Pill. I actually sent out a casting call.
What? Really?
Now,
how did you do that?
I just made the flyer and I posted it on Sierra Vista groups and stuff like that.
And you got people interested?
Yeah.
Oh, that must have been fun.
Yeah, for small roles in the sequel to that.
So I got to ask then, because that opens up a whole new thing here. So how many people called you up that were really interested versus kind of like, hey, I just want to be on some kind of a short,
Right. A few people messaged, and I just kind of narrowed it down.
Yeah. Were there people who were really, maybe did plays or other things?
Well, the guy, one of the small parts that I casted for the short film that I did during the summer, is a guy named Scott Hamilton.
Okay.
A little shout out. He's been doing some films, and I think he does plays too.
Okay, so he's been doing some stuff on his own.
Yeah.
And so you guys collaborated.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Oh, that's kind of neat.
Yeah.
I didn't really even know until I had met you that that was really a thing, and I hadn't gotten really into looking at shorts. Of course, now I have a bunch, and I've seen a lot of other people's work and whatnot, and gotten more interested in it. But where did you get your, I guess, inspiration for yours? Did it come from somewhere?
It's hard to kind of pinpoint it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I just have an idea just pops in my head, and I start writing it and whatever.
So it's more organic for you.
I think so. And then sometimes I get inspiration, obviously, for some of the Western little stuff that I've done.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just kind of get that idea in my head, and I just start, writing some ideas for it.
The Western would be, I mean, it's hard not to be a little bit inspired if you're around Tombstone and some of the other things. I mean, it's kind of like really the part of the Old West, Bisbee. Those are old towns that have been on the big screen many times and in a lot of books and have some remarkable history and characters behind all of it. So pretty cool stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Let's talk about some of your pieces of work here. So you talked about your first film. Now, how many have you made, would you say?
I've done about maybe 12 or 13.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you've done quite a few more now.
Yeah.
And do you feel like you get better each time, or is it still kind of you in a learning phase? Where are you at in your development there?
Well, I'm always learning how to do some stuff, how to do some stuff better. But I do think I've gotten better as the years have gone on. But yeah, I'm always learning.
Yeah.
So.
When you're actually getting ready, so you write these things, and I'm just thinking of the process here. Then you cast them,
right,
and you decide who's going to be in it. What's the next step after that?
Well, kind of getting down a shot list, which is basically all the shots that you want to get in the film.
Okay.
And it's funny because I never ever use the shot list while I'm doing it. Like when I'm on set, I never open it up and I never look at it. I don't know why. Because I know what I want to do, and I just never look at it.
Does that help though to write it down a little bit in the beginning to kind of get your feel?
Yeah,
for where you want to go.
But then it's never used.
Some of this stuff is ad hoc, and you kind of take you to wherever you need to be.
It's because I think I almost remember the shots that I want.
Yeah.
So I don't need to look at the shot list. That's kind of just how I do it.
And then what after you've made this shot list, now you go out and start shooting. How for a 7-minute shot, how much film are you taking?
Well, it depends.
How much would you say?
Yeah, it depends on how many scenes there are. For if it's one scene, like a confrontation, a day.
Yeah.
But if it's something like the sequel to the Time Pill that I did, and we went to California to shoot some scenes.
Oh man!
It just so happened that we were on vacation. But we shot a few scenes. Yeah, we shot a few scenes in California, so that was really cool. That's the first time that I've ever done something like that. So that would took a few weeks, and then from a day to a few weeks.
Okay, and that all whittled down to 7 minutes.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you ever get to the point, once you get it all done and you've got all these pieces, then I'm assuming you're editing that video?
And that's the most important part, because for a set, something that's that short, you need to get the story across kind of quickly.
Yeah.
So it's really important of how, where you put certain shots or certain sound effects or certain titles or whatever.
So you use sound effects as well, huh?
Oh yeah, I use a ton. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, when you're doing the editing, everything, is there a lot of, you're looking at something and you're like, nah, I don't like how that's shot, so I'm going to trim that off, or I'm going to take that out entirely?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I get as much coverage as I can.
Yeah.
And then I do a few, some other ideas, and and I go back into editing and I see if it doesn't work, and if it doesn't work, I just don't like it.
Yeah.
But
do you ever have to go back and reshoot anything?
No, I've never
had to reshoot.
Never had to reshoot.
Wow, that's probably pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm guessing that's probably pretty good, because
so. Yeah,
that sounds like that would be unusual to have no reshoots at all. Because I can think of a million times where you take that picture even or a video and you're like, oh, man, I don't like that angle. Or I don't like. So obviously with real estate, a lot of times too, we'll do a little video tour, and I'll do a little clip in the beginning. And I hate doing those things, but I think the wife hates doing them more, so I end up doing a lot of them. But you get on screen, and then all of a sudden you realize, wow, why was I leaning towards the camera or something?
Right.
And you got this ginormous head, or you're fidgety or something. You got your hands in an odd spot, or they're in your pockets or something, or there's always little details. How do you then kind of forecast all those little details? Do you just have that all in your mind when you're shooting, and you're like, hey, don't do that? Or how do you do that?
That's usually how it goes. I kind of have them in the back of my mind, and then if something doesn't look right or something like that, I just say move that a little bit or something like that. Or if somebody wasn't like in the place that they were in the last shot, that can be a problem too.
Oh man, that totally makes sense about coming back to the same space. Let's talk about that when we come back right after these messages, folks. This is Keepin' It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team right here at Long Realty Studios. I'm Dion Ethell, and I'll be right back.
Discover excellence in real estate with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, your premier choice in Cochise County. Sherry's amazing team brings honesty, expertise, and a deep understanding of the local market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned homeowner, they're committed to your peace of mind and handle every detail for you. Their approach? Personalized service, above and beyond transactional real estate, building lifelong relationships, nationwide connections, local expertise. There's a reason this team is amongst the top realtors in Arizona and across the nation. You owe it to yourself to call or visit the Sherry Ethell Team, the top team at Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more info. Real integrity, real results.
Do uneasy markets have you waiting for the ideal moment to make home ownership a reality? Your answer lies in a conversation with Sherry Ethell and her exceptional team at Long Realty, a name synonymous with trust and reliability in Arizona's real estate landscape.
Hi, I'm Sherry Ethell, Realtor and Team CEO of the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. Your ideal moment has arrived. We tailor our approach to you and your needs and goals. Let us put our extensive network to work for you and take the stress out of the process.
Whether buying or selling, remember the name Sherry Ethell and the Sherry Ethell Team. Visit the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more information. Real integrity, real results.
All right, folks, welcome back to Keepin' It Real. I'm Dion Ethell. I'm your host, and this is the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty Studios. And we're here today talking with Evan Escue. He's a producer of these short films, or director of these short films, and he's made a number of them, some 12, 13 of them. And you can watch them on YouTube if you go look up Evan Escue. He'll have them on there, and it's Evan Escue. Escue is Escue, right?
Yeah.
Evan, we were talking about before we left for the break. We were talking about your, actual filming and everything. And sometimes people like maybe aren't standing in the same spot because they had to retake it or started something.
Right.
How do you do that? How do you get them back to the same spot? Do you have like X's on the ground or something, or how do you guys do it?
That's a good idea. I should do that from now on.
Yeah.
I never really think about that. But I just if someone is not in the right shot, maybe if I've shot it already and I see the I play back the footage.
Yeah.
And like they're not really in the place that I want them to be.
Yeah.
We'll just reshoot it.
Reshoot that a little bit right on the moment,
Yeah.
right? Right while they're there, you're not going back and reshooting, but you're kind of just taking care of it right there.
Right.
Do people ever fumble their lines?
There's been a lot of line fumbling. Yeah, there has been.
Yeah. How do you deal with that? Is that frustrating a little bit, or
no? I don't think.
Or you just take it in stride.
I mean, most of the time, I work. I work with not actors. None of these people are really
Not professionals. Yeah.
Except for a very few people.
Couple of them.
Yeah. but most of them, they're not actors. I don't know. I guess maybe I see potential or something, something like that, or they just fit the role. Or, but no, I don't get mad. I actually think it's funny, and we laugh. We laugh.
Do you let them kind of, I guess, exercise any liberties there in terms of their character? I mean, I'm sure you give them some direction on how you want them to portray themselves, but do you give them? I mean, because you always see this, you always wonder about. You see an actor maybe who speaks a certain way, and he's speaking differently for the movie, and you're like, oh wow, I didn't know he could even do that. Do your guys ever do anything funny like that?
No.
Have you ever tried it?
I don't think so. But for the Time Pill Delirium, the short film that I shot, the sequel to the Time Pill. For the parts that I cast, I told them, I got on a Zoom call and I told them, it's called a ghost.
Okay.
And it's basically a paragraph of like the characters, their character's backstory.
Oh, okay.
Just so that they have some kind of context.
So they created that?
Yeah, I let them go on, to do whatever they want.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool.
Concerning the backstory, yeah.
Yeah. So does that ever surprise you a little bit? Because all of a sudden they come up with a backstory maybe that you didn't think about?
Yeah, I think so. When I asked, hey, what did you come up with? And they tell me like, oh yeah, this and that. And I'm like, oh wow, okay. That's pretty cool. And I like when they just go off and do their own thing. And, yeah.
Huh, that's kind of neat that you allow that. I guess I figured it to be more constrictive in nature, but that's awesome that you give them that extra ability to do that. And it probably adds a little new flavor, fresh flavor to it, because you're not controlling everything. You're actually letting people kind of explore themselves a little bit. Now you've used all these things. Now you've done casting calls, which is exciting. That's kind of cool. So those of you who are listening, if you want to be on one of Evan's future shorts, something to think about when you see it. Where do you usually post it? Casting
everywhere.
Call?
I get.
Is there any places they might go to, like Nextdoor or something, or is it on Facebook, or is it?
Yeah, Facebook, CoolFM, all those, the Sierra Vista groups and Instagram and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get some feedback.
So let's talk about some of your films, right? Now, you did one just recently, a new project you called Warrior, right?
Yeah, Warrior.
Tell me about Warrior. What was that all about? And it's a faith-based, which is different for you, right?
It is very different.
Okay.
Well, it's been quite a journey. I first got the idea about it back in the summer, and I just wrote it because I have a passion project that I want to do, kind of a feature film version of this one that I did.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what? How about, or maybe I think it was God, do it in a short version, kind of as almost a concept, but give it the quality that it deserves.
Okay.
And so I wrote it, and then I got baptized back in October, which was part of the journey. And
okay. Now, was that in conjunction with this filming? Was it after the filming because you had a spiritual experience, or was it before that led you to the filming?
It was I think it was before the filming.
Okay.
I think it's just that I've definitely gotten closer to God because of this project.
Yeah.
And I also think I just wanted to kind of prepare a little bit for it because it's something different that I've done. Not that I only did it because of this project, but
of course, but you explored it and maybe investigated a little bit deeper than.
Yeah.
And did that surprise you at all? Was there any surprises there?
A little bit, yeah, because I just, I kept hearing like, it's time, as it's time to really lean into the faith and get baptized and do this and do that. Because, I've always been a quote unquote Christian,
right?
But obviously not living it. I just felt that it was just time. It's just time.
Well, that's awesome. That's terrific, and it's great to hear a young guy talk about their faith and talk about how they're blending that with what they love and have a passion for. So that's really cool. So now, Warrior, without like spoiling it for those people who want to watch it on YouTube or whatever, what's it kind of about? What's the kind of idea behind it?
Yeah, well, it's about a heroin addict, and
oh, geez,
yeah,
wow,
yeah,
not expected.
Yeah, and you just kind of drop into her life, and she on the verge of doing something bad.
Yeah,
she's confronted by a kind of spiritual knight, which is kind of the embodiment of Ephesians 6:11, the armor of God verse. And the rest of it kind of just delves into their conversation, without giving
too much away. Yeah, so that's interesting. I didn't expect the drug use and stuff like that, but that's great. Your stuff always has powerful messages behind them. And it's cool that you're using your faith to kind of explore that too. It's something that, a lot of people, everybody talks about being Christian, they're this or that, but a lot of people not just don't live it maybe, but they don't, it's a difficult thing to talk about. Well, what if people don't accept me for who I am?
Right.
And that's awesome that you are doing that and putting it out there.
Yeah.
Because I think that's important, as you develop. And I think it's great to see a young person kind of embrace their faith and talk about it. Now, besides this, so if they want to come see this, where would we find this at? Tell me. On YouTube.
Yeah, it's going to be on YouTube December 19th.
Okay, December 19th.
On my YouTube, Evan Escue, December 19th.
Okay.
I'm doing this really cool thing on Patreon, the thing that I was we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
We're gonna be releasing it about 10 days early on Patreon for $1. All the proceeds go to Miracles of a Second Chance, which is a ministry in Bisbee that supports women who are experienced, have gone through drug addiction.
Okay.
And they have a kind of a safe haven for them.
Yeah.
And so all the proceeds, all the profits, if people go and watch it for $1 on Patreon, and that's patreon.com/shortfilms by Ev. If they buy that, all the profits are going to Miracles of a Second Chance.
Oh, that's awesome. That's incredible. Now, I know that Todd Ryan had a little role in this, not in a physical role, but he wasn't in the film, right?
He was not.
but he was a part of it. How was he a part of it? A little shout out to Todd from CoolFM.
Yeah. Well, I'm really grateful for him. He was the executive producer. So
he was your executive producer.
Yeah,
wow, that's cool.
So he kind of financed
from the radio.
Yeah.
And so he financed this project so you could make it happen.
Yeah.
Now, do some of these, have you had that before? Have you done that before where you got an outside finance person?
Well,
or somebody, even in the family to help kind of bankroll you a little bit? Because, this costs money to do.
My mom was a producer, an executive producer for a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for her for that. And I think it's pretty cool, kind of keep it in the family a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of cool. And actually, I've watched some of your films too, and some of your family who's been in them.
Yeah,
they're not too bad, really. They're actually pretty good.
They're very good.
Yeah. They're pretty good. For not being, a professional and everything, and just kind of throwing it out there.
Yeah, Cleve, my stepdad, he's been in a lot of them.
Yeah, I've seen him.
The films that he's in, one has been nominated at a film festival.
No kidding.
Yeah, and some have been selected at film festivals.
Wow. How does that happen?
Well, you just submit them.
Yeah.
You submit them to film festivals.
Hold that thought. Let's take a quick break. I want to hear all about that. That's kind of interesting how you get that process. So think about that one. Folks, stay tuned, stay in your seats, and we'll be right back with the Sherry Ethell team at Long Realty Studios and Keeping It Real. We'll be right back.
We're the real wayfinders, the trailblazers, the go-getters. In a town where the desert wakes before dawn, we don't just talk, we make things happen. And when we speak, it's real, it's genuine, and it's worth hearing. Tune in every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. on Canyon Country 97.7 FM. Join the Sherry Ethell Team for Keepin' It Real, where top realtors, local heroes, and the heartbeat of our community come together. Raw, authentic conversations, expert market insights, and the best local events you can't afford to miss. Keeping it real, celebrating our community. Bold, genuine, one of a kind.
Discover excellence in real estate with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, your premier choice in Cochise County. Sherry's amazing team brings honesty, expertise, and a deep understanding of the local market. Whether you're a first-time buyer or a seasoned homeowner, they're committed to your peace of mind and handle every detail for you.
Their approach? Personalized service. Above and beyond transactional real estate, building lifelong relationships, nationwide connections, local expertise. There's a reason this team is amongst the top realtors in Arizona and across the nation.
You owe it to yourself to call or visit the Sherry Ethell Team, the top team at Long Realty, behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard in Sierra Vista. Call or text 717-599-2439 or Google us for more info. Real integrity, real results.
All right, folks, welcome back. This is Dion Ethell. I'm your host of the Keepin' It Real radio show, brought to you by Sherry Ethell and her team here at Long Realty Studios, right behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm here with Evan Escue, and Evan is a short films director. He really does it all, from writing it to directing it to casting it, shooting it, producing it, and putting it out there. Although he has had some help. We were talking about your project, your latest project here, Warrior, that's coming out here soon. When is it coming out again?
December 19th on YouTube.
On YouTube. Mm-hmm. But you can see it early.
Yeah, you can see it early, 10 days early on December 9th, it's going to be on Patreon, patreon.com/shortfilmsbyev, for $1. And all the profits are going to Miracles of a Second Chance, which is a ministry that supports drug-addicted women.
Yeah, which is awesome. What a great thing to do, to give that money away to charity and everything. And what a great thing to produce and put together. And shout out to Todd Ryan for financing that and getting it started. So and kind of supporting our young artists here in the community. So this is a faith-based short film, and it's a really cool project. I hope people will go out and take a look at it, and go to Patreon, and it's Patreon. Is that it?
Yeah, Patreon. Yep.
So patreon.com, and it's slash.
Yeah, patreon.com/shortfilmsbyev.
By Ev.
Yeah.
Okay. Just EV.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's how you can take a look at it. And so, definitely on the 9th, get on there and pay your $1. What a small fee to do to watch it. It'll be really cool. And then you've got some other things that you've worked on. I think we talked about before the show, too, even an Easter play that you're doing or gonna do.
Yeah, so I was asked by the directors of the play to do this kind of prologue short film about some of the biggest moments in Jesus's ministry.
Okay.
Before the crucifixion.
Okay.
So this means the Sermon on the Mount, feeding the 5,000.
Wow, those are kind of big.
Healing the blind man, yeah. The woman with the chronic, bleeding.
Wow.
Yeah,
that'll be a little bit of work.
A big undertaking.
Yeah, that is a big undertaking. Mm-hmm. And so that'll be something around Easter that you'll release then.
Yeah, I'm going to release it on
your
pages.
channel as well.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, some of the other things, I remember when you came on last, and this was like a year ago or so, you were working on the project, The Color Gray.
I was.
And then you also had a film called Path You Choose.
Yeah, The Path You Choose.
The Path You Choose. Yeah. And then Time Pill, of course, and now you've made a sequel to Time Pill.
Yeah.
So Time Pill Delirium, right?
Yep.
And so there's just a number of films, and each one of these are a little bit different, and they're so short that you can actually kind of just binge watch it, like you said. Mm-hmm. You could just kind of get in there and watch a bunch. That's what I did. I watched one. I was like, okay, I got it. I'm gonna watch one more, just one more, just one more, just one more. And then you kind of go down the rabbit hole, which you always do on YouTube, and end up watching them. But they're so short, you can actually kind of watch them and compare them and everything, and it's kind of cool. And it's neat that somebody is doing this so organically. You just had this, passion for it. You saw something that you were interested in, and you went out after it, and you actually made it happen. And I'm always interested in people who just make something happen out of nothing. Yeah. It's awesome. So kudos to you,
Thank
Evan.
you.
Yeah. I
appreciate it.
I think that's really well done to be able to put something like that. And if you watch these guys, you would be surprised. Even the actors, we were talking about that earlier too in the show, that even the actors, even some of them were family, some were from casting calls, but some of them are pretty good. They're not bad. And it shows. And so, because you expect it to be kind of corny. Right. When I first got on, I thought, okay, here's this high school kid. And he's putting together some short films. Right. I thought it's going to be really corny. And goofy. But it turned out to be much better produced than I thought. And well put together. So good job. Appreciate it. Good job. Thank you. You can definitely see your progression as you kind of go, and we hope to see good things from you as you go to film school and put that to work. What do you hope to do with all this? What's your end goal? Do you have an end goal? Have you thought about it at all?
Well, I think a lot. I think now I'm gonna really get into kind of the more faith-based stuff. And it's just all about.
Do you want to keep in the short film kind of genre, or do you want to try to break into the feature film movie business? Or I
think I will.
Yeah,
eventually.
Yeah. Have you ever thought about writing a script for to throw it out there?
Yeah, I mean I can do. There's a whole bunch of stuff I can do. Yeah. I just have to find the time to
do it. Yeah. So one of the things that we talked about before the break was the fact that you got nominated for some short film awards and stuff. How does that happen?
Yeah. So I just kind of submit the projects. Yeah. And just wait back for a few months until
you get recognized.
Yeah. And I've gotten a nomination at the Denver Indie Film Festival.
Wow, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Holy cow, that's awesome.
And then a few selections. My first one was a selection from the New York. It's called the New York Tri-State Short Film Festival. Okay. And most of them are online. You can they screen all the films that were selected and nominated online and stuff like that. But
that's kind of interesting. And how would you find that stuff if you were interested to see other films that were nominated for these kinds of things? Yeah. What do you look for? How do you find them?
I think you can probably look them up. I'm sure they have some kind of YouTube that they post other people's work. Yeah. Or when they do have the festival, if they're online, most of the time they're free. Okay. So you can go and watch,
peruse them.
And they all have the links to the YouTube.
All these
or
short
whatever.
film festivals and stuff. Yeah. Now, are they all short films, or are they a mixture of things?
It's kind of, I guess, not complicated, but film festivals, they have different categories. Best script, best actor, best director, whatever, or best short film, best narrative, whatever. Best experimental short film. Yeah. So what's the category?
You touched on that real quick. Just the experimental short film. What's that difference between a short film and a experimental short film? Is there some differences there? That's kind of interesting.
I think a little bit more creative freedom.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Evan, I appreciate you being on the show, of course, and talking about Warrior and the upcoming project that you got here that you're getting ready to unveil on the 9th on Patreon, and then on the 19th on YouTube. Yep. So faith-based short film, and it's going to be. I love that you're supporting a local charity from Bisbee, to help other people get through these things, and that your story kind of tells that story as well. Yeah. So that's cool.
I want to shout out the website for Miracles of a Second Chance. It's miraclesofasecondchance.org.
Okay.
And you can learn all about it. You know, it's run by Alma Hickman.
Okay.
She's a very nice lady, and they're doing great stuff.
Great
over
work.
there. Yeah,
that's awesome. Shout out to her. Well, thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate your time. Appreciate all that you're doing for the community, and I love that you're actually throwing casting calls now to locals. So I look forward to that. I'll have to keep my eye out for that. Hopefully, CoolFM can be a good partner there and throw it out there too. I can keep tabs on it.
Right.
But it's great having you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So good luck with the future, and good luck at the obviously with your film school and your job at the theater and all those kinds of things. So
thank you.
Hope to see you out there.
Appreciate it.
And hope to see you continue on your work. Looking forward to your progression as you go and learn more and get just better and better at this stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Have you already got things in your mind?
I do. Yeah.
You got some things kind of like, oh man, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I want to do this. Because you seem like the person who's like got more ideas than you can possibly do.
I think, I do. I try to, I get started writing something and then I have another idea and it's bad, actually. I shouldn't do that. But
hard to keep focused on one thing.
Yeah.
One project at a time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate Evan. Thanks for coming on the show. We'll be looking forward to that. Again, Warrior Folks is his new project, faith-based short film. Look up Evan Escue. You can learn all about all of his projects, from The Color Grade to The Path You Choose, Time Pill Divergent, all kinds of stuff. He's got a dozen or so films, short films out there. So go take a look at them, and we'll see you again and get an update.
All right.
Hey, folks, this is Keepin' It Real, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team, Long Realty Studios, and we'll be right back after these brief messages. It's the Home Spotlight Series, brought to you by the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty, where home
huge fully fenced yard and a large covered patio perfect for relaxing, entertaining, or even adding a pool. 6209 East Saddlehorn Drive, listed at $455,000.
Buy and sell with the Sherry Ethell Team at Long Realty. We make success stories for a living.
In a town with heart and history, the Sherry Ethell Team is the key. Serving service that we agree. For military law and retirees, stress-free process you will see. Personal care is our guarantee. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team, we never halt. Real experts here to guide your way, making dreams come true every single day. Trusted team that knows just what to do. The Sherry Ethell Team, working for you. Real integrity, real results. The Sherry Ethell Team is your one and only call.
Well, folks, that's a wrap on this week's Keepin' It Real radio show. As always, we're so grateful to have you spend part of your Saturday morning with us. Whether you're sipping coffee on the porch, out running errands, or out shopping for a home, we appreciate you. If something we said today sparked a question, or if you've got a great topic or guest idea for a future episode, we'd love to hear it. You can drop your suggestion in the Keepin' It Real suggestion box at the front desk of Long Realty, right behind Denny's on Fry Boulevard. Or just shoot me an email at sherry@sherryethelteam.com, or call or text me anytime at 717-599-2439. We love hearing from you. It helps us keep this show real, relevant, and rooted in our Cochise County community. We'll be back next Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. right here on 97.7 Canyon Country, your first choice for legendary country.
Until then, stay safe, stay kind, and as always, keep it real, Cochise County.
What's in a name? Everything. Long Realty has been a cornerstone of Southern Arizona's real estate market for nearly 100 years. Our name is our bond, and our agents are our strength. Trust in the name that stands for experience and expertise. Visit longrealty.com or call 520-459-4993 to connect with an agent today. Long Realty. Smart move.
Thank you for tuning in to this edition of the Keepin' It Real radio show. Join us next Saturday from 8 to 9 a.m. for more engaging interviews with top realtors and industry leaders, keeping you informed about the latest trends in real estate. Stay connected with us as we bring you updates on the dynamic events shaping our vibrant community. From exciting local happenings to noteworthy charities and causes, we've got you covered. See you next week for another edition of Keepin' It Real.